with the thunder, baby, might just clap your crew.
Back everybody, this is another video from Bolster of Wall Trading. This is going to be my watch list for June 13th, 2018. For those new viewers, this is a channel I created to help people learn how to trade and to break down the barrier that trading is difficult. So if you're looking to trade, or if you're looking for a new perspective, or you just need some guidance, please stay tuned, watch these videos, and if you find them educational, please subscribe and like. I have a free chat room through the Discord app where you can ask questions, and it's a community of traders that are in there. So if you want to join that and ask questions, feel free to join. I'll leave the link in the description of the video. And I am also working on putting together a course, an A to Z course, where I teach everything that I know, and I'm looking to price that at a very, very cheap price of $100. That way it's accessible to everybody, so stay tuned for that. I'm not a financial planner nor a financial advisor, so please do your own research, and anything that I discuss here is just my personal opinion. So the way that I do these videos, I break them down into two sections: day trading followed by swing trading. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to check out the stocks that I had on last night's watch list, and to see how they performed today. Before I get into that, I want to let you know that if you are a new trader, or if you're interested in trading, this does not mean that this is the only way to trade. There's many different ways of trading. This is the way that works for me. So just be aware that this isn't necessarily the only way to trade. This is what worked for me, and just because it works for me doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. So as far as day trading goes, this is one of the stocks that I had yesterday on watch for today. So let's see what happened. So basically what we want to do is we want to trade the post-market high, pre-market high, or intraday high. What that means is we basically find the high of the day, we draw a resistance line, and then as soon as the price action crosses above that resistance line with good volume, we could look to get in and hopefully make a good profit. So if we were to zoom in on FIT, which is Fitbit, we drew our resistance line right here because that was the high of the day yesterday at $7.59. So what we wanted to happen was we wanted the price action to cross above this purple line with good volume, and then that could mean a momentum to the upside, and we would ride that wave. Now today with Thinkorswim, I had issues in the morning. My charts were off a little bit, and my time and sales weren't really showing up. So I'm not sure what happened here. There's like a gap right here from this candle to this candle, and I don't think that that's how it went down. Okay, yeah. So let me show you. There's definitely a gap here. So if you look over here, it's going to tell you the time and the date. So this is 6:12 at 9:55, and then the next candle is at 6:12 at 12:20. So there's a gap right there of about 2 hours. So this isn't really a good example because we don't know, or at least I don't know, how the candles shaped up to get to this point. But if the candle started moving up, and then it crossed this resistance line that we had drawn with good volume, we could have gotten in and rode that to a high of 777, or wherever you felt comfortable. But like I said, I had trouble with Thinkorswim this morning, so I don't really know how this went from here to 777. I don't know if it was like a slow grind or how it happened, but this is basically what we want. We want a candle to cross above the line that we drew, good volume, and that could be a nice indicator for a potential gain. So I don't really know how this played out, again, because the charts were messed up. The next one that I had was ENDP, and let's see if this one's messed up too. No, this one is not messed up. So yesterday we had our high right here at around $8.23. So if we were to look at what it did today in the pre-market, which is this gray area right here, it really didn't do anything. For me, I like stocks that move in the pre-market because that means that there's a lot of buying pressure and selling going on. So that basically means that even before the market's open, there's transactions going on, which can lead over to the market open, which can bleed over to the market open. So Me personally, I want a stock that's trading in the pre-market because that tells me that it has a lot of eyes looking at it, and that can transfer over to when the market opens. This one didn't have that, so I didn't even bother looking at it. But regardless, this one did what we wanted it to do. So we wanted the stock to break above the purple line with good volume. So it broke through about on this candle and this candle. So if we look at the volume, which will be right here, this candle had 282,348, 861, and then on this one was the big candle, and then you could have gotten in at above 8. Where's my line? At 823, you could have gotten on in 824, 825, wherever you wanted to, and rode that all the way to the high of 867 or wherever you felt comfortable. But again, for me, I didn't really like it because they didn't have any movement in the pre-market. SNES. Okay, this one we had a high yesterday of $1.84, but as you can tell, it never went back up to that line, so we didn't miss much on that one. This one didn't work out the way we wanted it to, and that's okay. That happens. You can't win them all. And let me just go back and delete the lines that I drew because that's a pet peeve of mine. I don't like going back, looking at charts and seeing lines all over the place. Alright, and then the last one was GPRO, which is GoPro. Alright. Okay, so yesterday, the high was right here at $6.45. I mentioned that I would much rather get in above $6.50 because that's a $0.50 resistance. So if we were to look in the pre-market, it did have movement in the pre-market. It didn't make a new high. It didn't go up to $6.50. So this line was still valid. The market opened up. It started moving up, moving up. Here you see that it went up to that $6.50 resistance once. It didn't break it. Twice, it didn't break it. Third time, it didn't break it. Fourth time, it didn't break it. It took until the fifth attempt to break above that resistance line that we drew of $6.50, and once it broke through, you could have rode that to $6.68. Not really a big gain, but it's better than nothing, and that's basically, the way that I like to day trade. So those are the results for the ones that I had on my watch list last night. Now let me go into the ones that I'll have for my watch list tomorrow. I have Fitbit once again. Reason being, it made a new high at $7.77. So that's where I will draw my new resistance line at 777, and you can tell it's a valid resistance because it touched 777 one time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and it wasn't able to break through it. So that's a valid resistance right there. Hopefully tomorrow I don't have any problems with Thinkorswim and the charting, so we can see how that movement progresses throughout the day. The next one is S for Sprint. So we identify the high of the day at 556. That's where we draw our resistance line, and we want the price to break above with good volume. The reason I like this one, as you can tell today, it did absolutely nothing. It was just moving sideways or consolidating, and then in the post market it just shot up and it made new highs. Probably has news. AT&T wins court approval to buy Time Warner. So that's why it's moving up. So there you go. So the new high is 556, and that's where we put our line, our resistance line. ENPH is the next one. This one looks really, really good. Same situation. Look what it's been doing the last 2 days. Absolutely nothing. And then today, as soon as the market closed, it just shoots up, and it makes a new high at 625. So that's where we put our high. That's where we put our resistance line, and we want the price to again come up, cross $6.25 with good volume, and that could set it off. Shares up 28% after company announces acquisition of SunPower's microconverter business for 25 mil. So this company just acquired another company, and that's why it shot up. So look at all this movement after the market closed. That's beautiful. It's making new highs. People are buying and selling it. So that's good news. All right. Next one, NIHD. So this one I moved up today. It made a nice little move up, and it made new highs of $2 and or intraday high of $2.95. So instead of me putting my resistance line at $2.95, since it's very close to the whole dollar amount of $3, I'll put my line at $3, my resistance line at $3, and you guys know the rest from there. So those are the stocks that I'm looking at tomorrow for a potential day trade. I will also run a scan in the morning to see other stocks that might be moving up in the pre-market session that aren't moving right now. So that's it for day trading. This is a 1-day 5-minute chart. So now we're going to move to swing trading. And for that, I use a 1-year 1-day chart. And for swing trades, I didn't really find anything that caught my eye, so I didn't swing trade anything. So I'm just going to go over some of the swings that I'm currently in. Actually, I had one that I thought about getting in, which is HMY. So as you can see, it's right at support. This is this blue line right here at $1.56, and you could tell it's at 158. So I thought about getting in on this one because it's right by the 52-week low. So I was thinking about buying in at $1.58 and then just putting my stop at like $1.50, some real tight. So if it does go south, I don't lose that much money. But when I looked at the chart in general, I said to myself, okay, well, if I get in at $1.58, the 52-week high is $2.53, basically $1. So is it worth it for me to invest in a stock that only has a potential to go up $1? You know, some people will say yes, I'll take it. Me personally, I don't see the upside in that. You know, I've traded stocks that go up $2, $3, $4, $5. That's where you make the big bucks. So I didn't really see the upside in this. Because the chances of it going all the way up to the 52-week high are pretty slim. So, you know, best case scenario, you make $1 a share. Worst case scenario, I mean, you might make like, I don't know, 30, 40 cents. So I didn't really see the upside in that. As far as the ones that I'm currently in, I am in on MUFG. I got in on this candle right here. And it's just kind of consolidating. If it breaks this little trend line that I have going on right here, I'll be a little bit concerned, but as you can tell, it stopped right there. And eventually I wanted to break this triangle to the upside. If we look at it on a 1-day 5-minute chart, it had a horrible day. It just tanked and then it consolidated. But it hasn't hit my stop, so I'm still good. PTN. This is one that I'm getting kind of worried. I bought in this stock right here at about $1.15, I believe, because the setup that I liked was happening. It was bouncing off of support. It just kind of consolidated for a while, then it came down, and it's just kind of hanging out around $1. I have my stop at 96 cents, I believe, so it's very, very close. I want this to just start moving its way back up. It's holding above $1, so that's pretty good, but I need to start seeing some green candles. If we look at 1-day 5-minute chart, again, not really doing much, just kind of cruising along, no big upward movements or downward movements, just kind of going through the motion. So this one needs to do something at some point. CRMD. This is one that I'm taking a risk on. This is, I think I was mentioning to you guys yesterday that this is a stock that has a pending FDA approval next month. So when I saw this stock, I said, you know, it's like when I bought it, it was 30-something cents. You know, I said, okay, I'll buy it at 30-something cents, put my stop right below the 52-week high. You know, it's a low risk, high reward. If this keeps coming down, you know, I'll be fine because I have my stop below 17 cents. I will lose a little bit of money, but if the drug does get approved or it has good potential, then that should send this stock upward, and I should make a nice little profit there. So low risk, high reward. And LPI, this is another one that I got in. Up on this candle right here at $8.16, I believe. and it went up the following day, and now it's just kind of consolidating, going sideways, but it's still riding along this pattern right here. I think this one was another one that had an issue with the charting. Oh no, this one was fine. So as you can see, it went up, made highs of 870, came back down, and it kind of recovered a bit. So this one's just kind of doing the wave motion. So far, this is the best one out of the swing trades that I'm in right now, because I bought in at around 816 and it's at 863 right now. So same situation with the other one. I want this one to keep climbing this little staircase right here and break this triangle to the upside and hopefully walk away with a nice profit. I'm not going to go over some of the swing trades that I have checked off, because again, if it was something that I liked, I would have gotten in on it. But I've wasted too much time explaining other stuff already, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Again, I'll leave the link in the description. I'll leave the link to the chat room in the description of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and like, thumbs up, and be on the lookout for that course that I am putting together. I'll let you guys know. Thank you so much for watching, and have a good night, everybody.